This Thursday, another civil lawsuit has been filed against Deshaun Watson. This one alleges the suspended Browns quarterback pressured a woman into sex during a massage session. It is the 26th known civil lawsuit filed against Watson, accusing him of inappropriate sexual misconduct or sexual assault during massages.
The count for Deshaun Watson now stands at 26 total lawsuits against him.
Watson is accused of soliciting the plaintiff via direct message in December of 2020. According to the lawsuit, Watson was able to pressure her into oral sex. The plaintiff says she has, quote, suffered from severe depression and anxiety, close quote. Watson settled 23 of the lawsuits against him over the summer, but one remains outstanding.
This follows Watson at the beginning of August being handed a 6-game suspension. At the time, he settled 23 of 24 suits. As Dan Le Batard put it,
the big winner today is not football. It's certainly not women. It's not Roger Goodell. It is Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns.
Which is factual. To face this many suits and only be handed a 6-game suspension was a win for Jimmy Haslam, Cleveland Browns owner and Donald Trump megadonor. It was a win for Andrew Berry, the third-year general manager, right next to Haslam. And it was a win for guys like Scotty Weaver, who hold up signs that read F them hoes and free Watson with a child. It was a win for guys like this, who sell shirts that read B word give me a massage, and also parts of a fan base that chose and continue to choose to look the other way. The suspension, however, would be increased to 11 games, and Deshaun Watson would be handed a $5 million fine. As for the newest suit, let's outline the allegations and what it could mean for the Cleveland Browns community, Deshaun Watson, many others. And this is a trigger warning. The particulars are troubling. During the massage session, the suit states Deshaun Watson continually pressured the plaintiff into massaging his private area before he removed his towel and offered to let her get on top. According to the suit, the plaintiff refused to have sex with Watson. However, he was able to pressure her into oral, and Watson paid the plaintiff $300 for her services, although her normal charge was $115 for an hour massage. A big difference with this suit in comparison to others. Tony Busby represented each suit against Watson previously. One still remains active. Attorney Anissa M. Wynn filed the suit on Thursday on behalf of a woman only identified as Jane Doe, who is a licensed massage therapist. The suit claims Watson sought out sex-related acts during a massage therapy appointment that occurred on December 18, 2020. The woman claims Watson reached out to set up an appointment via Instagram, as he has done many times over, and as a small business owner, she was actively trying to grow her business and expand her client base, the suit says. Now, because he was given that $5 million fine and 11-game suspension, he is not subject to further league discipline for any alleged personal conduct policy violations arising from the same and or similar conduct that allegedly occurred before his settlement with the NFL. Previously, 2 grand juries in Texas declined to pursue criminal charges against Watson earlier this year, but Sue L. Robinson, an independent arbiter appointed by the league and the union, found the NFL carried its burden of proof by a preponderance of evidence that Mr. Watson engaged in an essay. Robinson also concluded that Watson's behavior was both egregious and predatory. Watson has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing.
I think those optics are untenable. I think the other part of this, once you dug into her decision, Brew, that I think has bothered quite a number of people, and I mentioned it as soon as I saw it on the air yesterday, was her distinction in calling this, quote, non-violent sexual assault. And I think there are a lot of people and a lot of advocates out there that would say that is an oxymoron.
All right, so in conclusion, I tried screen capturing when I was listening to The Fan in Cleveland, and one of the most depressing things, yet unsurprising things, was from a caller named Nick, who said, I think it's time we move past this Deshaun Watson thing. This is old news. Come on, let's talk about the Browns. No, it's not. It is not old news. I don't think it'll ever be old news. Another questioned Jane Doe because she did not immediately go to the cops to report her R word. As we have covered, many times, police, not even in one county, not even in one particular precinct, they have been found across the country to discard R-word kits, to displace R-word kits, to not even go forward with the correct protocols, and sometimes even tossing them in the trash. So that, as a defense, is stupidity in all, and in every way I say the word. It is utter incompetence to say something like that. He also said she's in it for the money, which is such a typical alpha male dumb way of thinking. You know, I have gone over toxic masculinity in sports before. And I have gone over toxic sports culture as well. As a lifelong sports fan who also worked at sports stations, multiple sports stations, including a sports radio station, where I screened callers, and boy, did I hear some bad takes. And I heard some racist takes. The toxic masculinity in sports to defend a man who has 26 suits against him with a theme and pattern of behavior is ludicrous. It is ludicrous. If they had no connection to this man, or hypothetically, he were, let's say, as an example, a rival quarterback, a quarterback on a rival team, how do you think they'd feel about this? Those callers. It's indefensible, but simply because he is a prized athlete and he is really good at playing his position, these fans, they speak volumes, because to them, none of it matters.